7 News, on your side at 6 a.m.
We are counting down to the Marine Corps Marathon this weekend. Events start in just a few hours, and 7 News is on your side with a preview and tips to help you avoid backups among these road closures.
7 is on your side with what you need to do to protect yourself from thieves looking to steal your SNAP benefits.
And looking live outside this morning, the weekend is almost... the weekend is here. First Alert Weather Team is working on an updated forecast for your weekend. I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. Good morning to you. Claim it. There we go. Happy Friday to you, by the way. It's 6 o'clock. I'm Robert Burton.
And I'm Adriana Hopkins. We do have your traffic and weather together, never more than 7 minutes apart. Britt Waters is tracking the morning commute for you. But let's start with weather and Veronica Johnson, because between Friday night lights and Halloween parties over the weekend, we need to know, will we be wearing a coat or a rain jacket or what?
Just the coat for today. That rain jacket, you're not going to need it until Monday, unfortunately. All right, today there will be some clouds moving in, so the brighter part of your day is going to be this morning. Tracking the next weather maker, it's over Texas. Watch it move north and east. Some cloud cover for Sunday. There's your Monday. Halloween, some showers will be developing. We'll talk more about that timeline in a moment. Right now, your timeline for the bus stop this morning. 40s, your temperatures, mid-40s, so yeah, the coat. 56 degrees at recess time, cloud cover already, but staying dry. And 60 degrees when the kids get off the bus. We're cloudy and cool, and your evening events will be spent, again, just a little chillier with your temperatures dropping to the mid-50s, but you're dry for today. I'll have the timeline on the rain for Halloween, of course, coming up in less than 7, Britt.
All right, thank you, Veronica. We have a crash and a vehicle fire, so you're going to want to pay attention to this, especially if you're anywhere near Fairland, Maryland. Columbia Pike, Route 29. If you're traveling southbound, you will see all of this activity right at Fairland Road. It is passable right now. If that changes, I'll be sure to let you know. Looking elsewhere, Sunnyside Avenue in Prince George's. Still seeing that crash at 201 Edmondson Road. Passable as well, but you can see on that map, there is a yellow line. That means there's delays around it. In my next report, we'll have Skytrack 7 up. We'll have a view from the chopper to see how the volume is looking throughout the DMV. I'm back in less than 7 with traffic and weather together.
All right, Britt, thank you. 6:01. We're also following a developing story in the district where a toddler is in the hospital after being hit by a pickup. It happened at the 1200 block of V Street Northwest. Investigators believe the child darted away from a parent before running into the street. We're told the driver stopped immediately and actually took the child and their mother to the hospital.
And we are working to learn more about a deadly shooting and a crash in D.C. It happened at New Jersey Avenue and N Street in Northwest. Police say Ariel Cooper of Northwest shot and killed the driver of a car she was riding in. She is now charged with second-degree murder. The victim is identified as a 38-year-old woman from Fort Washington.
Well, thieves get more and more creative every day, and now to a warning from Prince George's County Police. They're targeting SNAP benefits. 7 News is on your side. Lindsay Masters joins us at the alert desk with what's going on here. Lindsay.
Yeah, and these are victims that are already at a disadvantage, so this is really disheartening. In Prince George's County alone, more than $700,000 worth of benefits have been stolen. So take a look. These are images shared with us by the police department. These are using skimming devices at retailers so they can copy EBT card information. Police say they will then buy items that they can resell, like baby formula, to make a profit. So here's what you can do. Check the card reader to see if there is anything suspicious overlaid or attached to the card swiper or even the keypad. They can be very hard to spot. Keep your PIN a secret and even cover up the keypad when you're entering your PIN in. Check your EBT account regularly, and if you notice anything suspicious, change your PIN and contact your local SNAP office. If you think your card has been skimmed, change your PIN immediately. And this is not the only way that thieves are trying to steal SNAP benefits. There is also a phishing scam alert where criminals are using text messages to get your EBT card number and PINs. So our call for action team can help walk you through the steps to protect your benefits. Just go to WJLA.com/call for action. We're also sharing images of the skimmers on our website, WJLA.com, and we also have phone numbers on who to call if this happens to you.
Important tips there. Lindsay, thank you for that. 6:03, and punishment could be handed down today against some students at Liberty Middle School in Clifton. 7 students got sick yesterday after eating THC gummies. 3 of those kids were taken to the hospital. The rest were sent home for the day. In a letter to parents, the principal says there was no crime, but asked parents to talk to their kids about making good choices.
6:04 your time, in the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol riot is turning its focus to the Secret Service. Committee members have reviewed more than 1 million pages of Secret Service documents and plan to interview about 6 agents and supervisors. The committee still wants more information about what the Secret Service knew about threats to Vice President Mike Pence and lawmakers ahead of that attack. The current Secret Service director and the man who was in charge of Vice President Pence's detail on January 6th will both testify. A surprise witness is the driver of former President Trump's motorcade, whose name has never been publicly disclosed.
Meantime, the man seen pulling former MPD officer Michael Fanone into the crowd of rioters has been sentenced. If you look closely, you can see it here. He'll serve the next 7.5 years in prison. You can see that man pulling Fanone into the crowd before beating him unconscious. Now, Fanone has said that the chaos from that day caused him to have a heart attack and suffer a traumatic brain injury.
We are expecting an updated legal petition to be filed against Spotsylvania County's incoming school superintendent. It's coming from a lawyer representing 2 parents, and those parents were in court yesterday trying to block Mark Taylor from starting the job. They say he has no education experience and therefore is not qualified for the job. We have learned because of procedural issues, their request has to be amended. As of now, Taylor's contract is set to start Tuesday.
Well, in Montgomery County, 5 new temporary planning board members have been named. 4 acting members were sworn in yesterday. The 5th member will be sworn in later because they weren't there yesterday. The county council says their first job is restoring trust in the agency. This all comes after all 5 previous planning board commissioners resigned because of controversy, starting with the former board chair keeping a bar in his government office. The new county council will appoint a new permanent planning board after the November elections.
The Virginia Department of Transportation says the rest of the I-66 express lanes will open by the end of this year. The first portion of the expressway opened last month. The next portion could open next month. Drivers, of course, should expect some traffic shifts as crews complete the final preparations. That final section runs 13 miles from Route 28 in Centerville to the Beltway.
Marine Corps Marathon Weekend is getting underway. It all starts this morning at 9:30 with a Health and Fitness Expo at the D.C. Armory. The race will be back in person this Sunday for the first time since 2019. And crews have been busy this week setting up for the race that starts near the Pentagon. Runners will make their way through Arlington and D.C. before ending at the U.S. Marine Corps War Memorial near Arlington National Cemetery. Because of the marathon, you could expect a lot of street closures on Sunday in D.C. and in Arlington. Some of those closures start as early as 3 a.m. But we've got you covered with a complete list. Just go to WJLA.com and search for marathon. Well, for a lot of the marathoners, completing the course is a big accomplishment, and many of them have inspiring stories. 7 News reporter John Gonzalez is live to introduce us to one of those competitors. Amazing story right here, John.
It really is so inspiring, Robert. And, you know, the Marine Corps Marathon is such a wonderful tradition here in the D.C. area. And for so many each year, it is a bucket list ambition, a life's dream. And when things end here at the U.S. Marine Corps Memorial on Sunday, those dreams will become reality for so many. And I want to share the story of an injured Navy diver and Warrior Games gold medalist who has trained for 3 years to hand cycle the 47th edition of the marathon on Sunday. Retired Navy diver Chief Jay McManus will be wheelchair running the marathon alongside 107 service members participating to support Semper Fi, an America's Fund, a nonprofit that helps wounded warriors and families. While performing dangerous underwater operations in 2010, Jay was stung by a stingray, which resulted in a patellar tendon injury that required 6 repairs and permanently limited his mobility.
Why the Marine Corps Marathon?
It really came about by chance. So in 2019, I was outpatient at Walter Reed and was going through, they were having an abilities fair, and Team Semper Fi had a table up. And one of the things that they were advertising was for Team Semper Fi and the Runner Battalion.
And it wasn't just a stingray. After tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, many surgeries followed. McManus was also injured by multiple combat explosions, resulting in PTSD and a brain injury that required years of physical and mental rehabilitation. So talk about the motivation to train for something like this, and what an accomplishment this will be for him on Sunday. Reporting live, John Gonzalez, 7 News.
Now, your traffic and weather together, always within 7 minutes.
All right, we're heading into the weekend. You want to know what the weather's going to be like, how chilly it's going to be. Well, right now on your screen today, 60 for a high temperature. It is looking like it's going to turn overcast. 62 on Saturday, 63 degrees on Sunday. Of course, it's the Marine Corps Marathon, as we just told you. What about those temperatures? Early morning, it's going to be chilly, and chilly enough, I say, to go with a thin pair of gloves and definitely a couple of layers if you're going to be a spectator. 52 degrees at 11 a.m., 55 degrees by 1 o'clock. Notice the clouds moving in, but we are going to be staying dry by the end of the run. Probably close to 60 degrees. Overcast, but again, staying dry. I'm back in less than 7. We'll have more on your weekend planning forecast. Britt.
Sounds like nice weather for a run, I'd say. Absolutely. Take a look at your screen right now. Skytrack 7 over in Prince George's County telling us the aftermath of a crash on Sunnyside Road. So you can see Edmonton Road right at Sunnyside Avenue is where this crash is, and it's completely over on the shoulder, so you can pass it, but you can see traffic around it is getting by. We'll map it out for you, show exactly where that is. Maryland 201 Edmonton Road. Once that crash clears, we'll see speeds increase, hopefully. Now, Fairland, Maryland has another crash that involved a vehicle fire. Happened on Columbia Pike, Route 29, so if you're traveling southbound, you're running into that at Fairland Road. Make sure you just take caution over that way and slow down and work your way around it, because this crash and car fire is passable. More incidents throughout the DMV and a look from Skytrack 7 in my next report. I'm back in less than 7 minutes.
All right, Britt, thank you. 6:10, and this is a creepy crime here. Police think there could be more victims, too. Coming up, we'll tell you what to watch out for after a man is accused of hiding cameras in a woman's home.
And Elon Musk now owns Twitter. We're going to tell you what changes he's planning for the social media giant.
We are live at the scene where police are investigating a homicide that happened early this morning. Go ahead and take a look. Our photographer's been out there for a while now. You can even see the police tape up, and investigators have been going in and out of this area. This is what we've learned so far. They got called to this area around 3 a.m. It's the 900 block of Bellevue Street. When they got there, they found a man who had been shot, and he did not survive. They are still trying to figure out exactly what led up to the shooting, who's responsible for it. At this point, we have no information about who they're on the lookout for, but as soon as we get those details, we'll share them with you.
Okay, Lindsay, thank you. A disturbing crime caught on camera. Prosecutors say these photos show a man hiding a camera inside a woman's home in Southwest D.C. And according to court documents, she hired Eddie Gyron to remodel part of her home. Detectives looked inside the camera's memory card. They found videos of him setting up the camera, even searching for her underwear. Now, he pleaded not guilty to a voyeurism charge in court and was released on bond. The judge ordered him to stay away from that home. Well, happening today, the trial continues in the case of 2 suspended D.C. police officers accused of killing a man 2 years ago. Karan Hilton died after colliding with a car while riding a moped. And according to court documents, the crash happened as the officers chased him for riding a moped on the sidewalk without a helmet. Now, those officers face second-degree murder charges. The Fraternal Order of Police is supporting the officers' legal defense. And 7 News D.C. Bureau Chief Sam Ford was in the court for opening statements Tuesday. You can see more of the video from the scene that the jury watched right now on WJLA.com.
6:15, it is official. Elon Musk now owns Twitter, and he's already fired 3 top executives. So what does this takeover of the social media giant mean for users? Melody Hastings joins us live in studio. She's going to break it all down for us.
That's right, Robert. Well, Musk acknowledged the purchase overnight with this tweet that reads, "The bird is freed." Now, he paid about $44 billion for Twitter. In fact, he admits he overpaid. Analysts put the value of the company at $25 billion. So after taking the company private, what will he do to earn his money back? Well, experts expect Musk to leverage advertising, and they say that he could make Twitter a subscription service, so you may be paying for it, Robert.
Okay, well, Musk has other plans, too. He says he can impose the consequences on people who misuse the platform, right?
Well, yes, there's a lot of talk about what he will do with the platform. And in a letter posted on his Twitter account, Musk says that he is buying Twitter because, quote, it's important to the future of civilization to have a common digital town square where a wide range of beliefs can be debated in a healthy manner without resorting to violence. And he adds that there is a danger that social media will splinter into far right-wing and far left-wing echo chambers. Musk promises not to let Twitter become a, quote, free-for-all hellscape, unquote.
Isn't it that already?
Oh, yeah.
Aren't we already there? Okay, well, somebody could strike it rich tomorrow in the Powerball lottery. The jackpot is now up to $800 million for tomorrow night's drawing, making it the second largest prize in Powerball history. The biggest of all time was more than $1.5 billion. That was back in January of 2016. Okay, so Robert has been asking, what is half of $800 million? But I'm taking the cash option, so that'd be only about $384 million. After federal and state taxes in Virginia, it drops down to $219 million. I am not very good at math, but I did the calculations.
Okay.
Your half is still zero.
It's still zero. I'm just not going to win.
Still zero.
I'm not going to win, Britt.
I'm going to win.
It's not. Adriana will win. I'm not going to win.
Now, Britt, you said you would give us a little something when you win.
I definitely would, and I think if you guys win, you should donate it to a really good cause, like the Britt Waters Sneaker Fund. Very inspirational.
That's my number one on the list, right?
Yeah,
that fund right there.
Yeah, I mean, just
because you don't have enough. Okay.
Thank you.
You need more.
More.
Good. More is good.
None of us are winning because we don't deserve to win.
Exactly.
Obviously.
Exactly.
And you're not winning when it comes to the roads either. We got a lot of incidents and a very active day. I would suggest the rails because right now, Metro, Mark, all lines open and on time. VRE is seeing about a 10-minute delay on the Fredericksburg line, train 304. But let's get into the roads and all those incidents. Starting off in Fairland, Maryland, Columbia Pike, Route 29 had a crash and a vehicle fire. Now, it is moved over to the shoulder, so southbound right at Fairland Road, you will be able to pass it. Sunnyside Avenue also saw the crash over in Prince George's County. We talked about that one in the district. 20th Street, right at F Street Northwest is where we see another crash. We can see yellow almost in every direction around it. Those are delays, so definitely pack your patience because it's going to take you some time. In this camera, you see lots of red. That's brake lights eastbound on I-66. We got volume building, and a work zone was there earlier today, has been cleared up, but still taking you some time from 234 to Route 29. But at least it's Friday, and it's not just Friday, it's also game day, Veronica.
Yes, it is. So we all win, right? Weather-wise, maybe the Wizards can win this evening, too. Now, there will be some clouds around, but it is going to stay dry. Temperatures will drop from 60 degrees into the upper 50s, even mid-50s by around 9 p.m. So just have something warm on as you head to the game today. And again, hopefully they're going to win. So cool is the weather word of the day. With cloud cover that's going to be moving in, sun's up just after 7:30. Your temperatures are starting out about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than yesterday at the same time. That's why you're seeing all this blue here on the map. So right now, we're in the 40s most locations. Watch the cloud cover increase throughout the day. That's that northeasterly wind and even some clouds coming in from the west. We'll get up to 60 degrees. Clouds start to scour out tomorrow. They're going to be moving south, and we'll get up to 62. We'll do a little better, but I like the brighter day for tomorrow. Walk to end Alzheimer's going on National Harbor, 47 degrees starting out. We'll jump at about 10 degrees by noon to 58. So a great day for getting a walk in, at least the morning hours, and the evening will be good too. It's International Women's Soccer Championship going on at Audi Field. Good conditions for that, but even cooler. So you'll want maybe the coat sitting in the stands and something warm to drink. All right, then on Monday, of course, still tracking the showers for Halloween. Cautionary light here. It's looking better, like less rain. Let me show you. And it's not looking like it's going to be a washout at all. I think most of our rain comes in after about lunchtime. So maybe a few showers early on in the day, but a better chance of that rain coming for the afternoon and evening. Unfortunately, then for some of the Halloween parades going on at the school, a little better than what we get 6, 7 o'clock during the evening. I'll have that hourly look coming out.
All right, see you then, Veronica. Thank you. 6:20, and new museums are coming to the district. And this morning, the location options are narrowed down to just 2 locations.
A terrifying situation for dozens of elementary school students on their way back from a field trip until their bus driver was arrested. We'll tell you what happened.
I'm at the alert desk, and early this morning we learned from South Korea that North Korea fired another ballistic missile, and this is coming as South Korea, I should say, is wrapping up their joint military drills. And of course, we'll continue to monitor this tension.
All right, Lindsay, thank you. 624. The list of locations for the future homes of the two new Smithsonian museums is being narrowed down. There are just two left in the running right now for the National Museum of the American Latino and the American Women's History Museum. One site is the undeveloped land across the National Mall from the National Museum of the African American History and Culture Museum. Well, the other site is at the tidal basin along Raoul Wallenberg Place, Main Street, and Independence Avenue. Congress authorized the museums 2 years ago. By law, the Smithsonian must designate the two new museum sites by the end of the year. And happening this weekend, Prince George's County is hosting its 7th annual Walk to End Alzheimer's. In fact, our John Gonzalez will be there hosting the event. The walk happens at the National Harbor and will start at 9 a.m. Already, the walk has raised more than $100,000 to help find a cure for Alzheimer's.
And by the way, Johnny G has hosted that walk for every year. All right, we are tracking a rash of car thefts in Northern Virginia, and police say there is one simple thing drivers can do to keep from becoming the next victim.
You're going to want to take a look at your camera for this one. SkyTrack 7 over Columbia Pike at Fairland Road, showing you multiple left lanes closed and a backup building. It's all because of an earlier crash and vehicle fire southbound right at Fairland Road. So passable, but with all of that commotion, definitely going to slow you down. That red line will be extending. That's your traffic watch. Headed over to weather with Veronica.
Lots of autumn this weekend, lots of Halloween this weekend, and we can't forget about Friday Night Lights this evening. Expect a lot of cloud cover, 57 to 53 degrees. It is going to be pretty chilly. What about your Saturday evening? Let's take a look at the forecast. Your Saturday Fright Fest going on. Of course, Six Flags always doing it up big. It's going to be clear. So tomorrow we get a chance to get some sunshine, clear skies, and that's going to allow our temperatures to be even colder for Saturday night. I'm still tracking that rain for late Sunday and Monday. Back with more in less than 7.
You're watching 7 News on your side at 6 a.m.
Police say a bus full of elementary school students ran off the road, and then their bus driver was arrested. We'll tell you what happened.
Scary situation there. And caught on camera, a group of thieves stealing cars from Fairfax County in a neighborhood. Next, we'll tell you what police say drivers are doing wrong. They make it so easy for the crooks to get away.
And as we head into Halloween weekend, 7 News is on your side with tips to keep your kids safe. And we'll look at the growing debate over when the day should be celebrated. On the weekend, Friday or Saturday.
We have your answer already.
We do. Good morning to you, Washington. I'm Adriana Hopkins.
And I'm Robert Burton. Happy Friday. Your traffic and weather always together, never more than 7 minutes apart. Britt Waters on your side, tracking the morning commute. She's back. And Veronica Johnson is here with a check of the weekend weather.
And it starts with some cool conditions this morning. Your first alert weather tracking the lower temperatures this morning, and also some clouds moving in. I can show you those clouds right now off to the west, but also off to the east. So we're going to kind of get sandwiched in between here with cloud cover moving in by late morning. Temperatures 40s this morning will go into the mid-50s by lunchtime today, but look at how overcast it's going to get, and then pretty much cloudy for your afternoon and evening. But you're not going to need the umbrella. No rain expected. So Boo at the Zoo, some of the evening events going on for your Friday, your Saturday, your Sunday evening. We're going to stay dry. You've got you at the lowest temperature Saturday evening. This is at 7 p.m. each day here at 7 p.m. Dry conditions expected, but again, rather chilly for Saturday evening. I'm back in less than 7.
I don't mind chilly as long as it's dry. Thank you, VJ. Take a look at your screen. SkyTrack 7 showing you flatbed truck on the scene. They're trying to tow things away after a crash on Columbia Pike right at Fairland Road. Yes, cars are passing it, but don't let that fool you. It is causing quite the backup because we're dealing with limited lanes until they clear this out. We'll map it out and show you how slow they're traveling southbound. Once you get near Fairland Road, speeds will drop to about 8 miles per hour. So you'll be forced to take your time, but I'm urging you to do so anyway. Now, over in the district northwest, not without incident, 20th Street, solid crash right at F Street Northwest. It's passable, but there's yellow all around it, so expect to be moving slowly. I'm back within 7 minutes with traffic and weather together.
6:32 your time right now, and a bus driver is waking up in jail this morning after police say he drove dozens of kids drunk on the way home from a field trip. 7 News reporter Joy Wang is live for us outside Fairfax County Police this morning with more on this story.
First, we want everyone to know that no one was injured, not the staff or the elementary school students on that bus. And police say that the teachers are really the heroes of the story, and that's because they noticed something was wrong. Right now, we are live outside of Fairfax County Police, and this is what they are telling us. Dozens of DC public school students from Murch Elementary were leaving a field trip from Cox Farms when police say 48-year-old Troy Reynolds of Oxon Hill, Maryland, drove off the road, hit a rock, and damaged the rim and flattened a rear tire. The staff members then got that bus to stop in a parking lot nearby and called 911. Police say Reynolds did not have a commercial license and was charged with driving while intoxicated, second in 5 to 10 years, as well as multiple counts of gross, wanton, or reckless care for a child.
We're very grateful that nobody was injured seriously. Again, medics checked everybody out, and we're just very fortunate that this situation ended the way it did, and that this driver was taken into custody.
DC Public Schools sent us this statement saying, in part, DCPS takes this incident very seriously, and our teams will do a thorough review of our transportation vendors to ensure that student safety is always prioritized. We are incredibly thankful that no one sustained injuries during this frightening incident. Back out here live, we do have that full statement on our website, WJLA.com. By the way, police say that the 2 other buses that were in the area, well, they had safety violations, and the 2 other bus drivers also didn't have a commercial license. For now, live in Fairfax, Joy Wang, 7 News.
I'm at the alert desk taking a look at this video that was shared with us this morning by DC Fire. Go ahead and take a look. You're going to notice the row home there. This is what we've learned. This is a middle row home apartments. It's 3 stories along the 1300 block of Euclid Street in Northwest. Luckily, the fire is out. No one got hurt. The sprinklers were activated, but we have a lot of people that are displaced, 7 adults and 4 children. The Red Cross is helping them out. No word yet on the cause of the fire.
All right, Lindsay, thank you. 6:34, Fairfax police are putting out a warning. They want to remind people to lock their car doors and take the keys with you. And this comes after 4 cars were stolen early Wednesday morning near South Van Dorn Street and Franconia Road. All of the vehicles were unlocked and had the keys inside. And police say this is a warning about a crime of opportunity.
Unfortunately, if you leave spare keys in your car and you leave your car unlocked overnight, it's an easy crime for an individual to steal those keys and then steal your car. And that appears what happened last night.
You can never do this, and officers have tracked down 2 of those stolen vehicles. In D.C., police believe this group traveled to Fairfax County just to steal these cars. Meantime, we're also tracking another series of thefts targeting catalytic converters. Arlington police tell 7 News at least 186 of them were stolen so far this year. Because so many have been stolen, Prince William County police are now stepping up to help. They say one way to prevent this from happening to you is to etch your VIN number on your catalytic converter. Now, police are holding a free etching event for residents on Saturday, November 5th. Officers say doing this can help them catch thieves and possibly find your stolen converter.
6:36 your time, rather, and 7 News is on your side. We are covering Metro for you, and Metro says overcrowding is a problem it is working to solve as leaders detail their plan to put more 7000 series trains back on the tracks. The extra trains would allow the Silver Line extension to open. 7 News spoke to Metro General Manager Randy Clark, who updated us on that timeline.
The goal is still to have it open for Thanksgiving travel. You just can't guarantee it yet.
Yes. We're cautiously optimistic that next week we're going to announce a date that the region will be really happy with.
Well, Clark says the commission overseeing Metro on safety will need to approve the opening of the Silver Line before that happens. It will extend Metro service to Dulles Airport and Ashburn. The project is years late and a lot over budget.